This ad is exactly why I stopped jumping between AI platforms, because making one beautiful shot is easy now. Making a whole film feel coherent from beginning to end, and that's the real challenge. We all have access to incredible models and platforms, but the more disconnected your workflow becomes, the more fragile the film becomes. Too many exports, too many scattered references, no assets built. And eventually, you spend more time managing the process and inconsistencies than directing the piece. This is my 30th YouTube video, and after testing enough platforms to know exactly where the chaos starts, I can say this clearly. The biggest problem in AI filmmaking is not the lack of tools or how advanced they are, it's a fragmentation.
When people talk about AI filmmaking, they usually focus on image quality. But honestly, that's not the hardest part anymore. The hardest part is keeping a project visually and emotionally unified from the first frame to the last. In a 45 seconds ad like this, the risk is not whether one shot looks good. The risk is whether all the shots feel like they belong to the same film. And that's where platform hopping becomes a problem. Every model has its own behavior. I'll show you an example using the same prompt across different image models. Grok Imagine gave me a photorealistic with a slightly idealized quality, like a poetic nature documentary cinematography mood. Whereas Nano Banana 2 gave me highly photorealistic image, capturing real light, real water physics, and natural skin texture. And finally, Flux 2 Pro gave me photorealistic image blending editorial photography with cinematic naturalism, quiet, meditative, and deeply intentional in its visual language. So let's say we put shot 1 from Grok Imagine and shot 2 from Flux 2 Pro together. They will feel slightly off. The audience may not know why, but they feel it. And we're talking only about image generation. We didn't talk yet about video. What I liked with Flora is that all the models are already there, so I can think, test, branch, build, and refine in one connected creative process without constantly breaking my momentum. Let's use this ad as the example all the way through. On the surface, it looks simple. 45 seconds, cinematic, polished, intentional. But to make a piece like this work, you need much more than pretty frames. You need clear emotional direction, a strong visual identity, consistency in wardrobe and character details, Here I'm using Flora's batch node feature to decide my ad character's wardrobe before I start generating the different angles of the character. This makes the process much easier, because instead of testing one look at a time, I can explore several wardrobe directions in parallel and compare them side by side. It's a fast way to evaluate shape, texture, color, and overall styling before committing to a final look. Once the wardrobe is locked, I can move into angle generation with a much clearer and more consistent visual direction. Batch node basically simplifies this early decision-making step and makes the whole character development process more efficient. Consistency in the world and the lighting, and enough control to keep the whole thing cohesive. The first thing Flora improved for me was not just image generation, it was prompt development. For a piece like this ad, I usually work in 3 practical ways. First, I prompt directly on the image or video direction when I already know the scene visually, and I want to steer the shot more precisely. Second, in this case, I'm using the new Flora Layer Editor amazing feature. Let's see how. Then, when I'm done, I write rough text inside the image node. Then click on Enhance Prompt. That's useful when my idea is clear, but the wording is still messy. Third, I start with a text node when I want to think before I generate. Especially for mood, emotional intent, multiple image references, I just explain my idea connecting it to the image reference and let Claude, in this case, generate my prompt with all the details I asked for. Once prompt generated, I connect it along with the references to my new image node. Now let's talk about prompting from emotion. For this ad, I wasn't only asking, how do I make this look cinematic? I was asking, what should the viewer feel here? Look at these two images. Same scene, same river, same woman, same base description. The only difference? Words about her emotional state. Surrendering to something larger than herself. Her stillness has weight and intention. She is not posing, she is becoming. The light gravitates toward her. Her presence silences everything around her. That's it. And look what the AI did. It rebuilt the light, restructured the composition, changed her body language, made the entire forest respond to her. That changes everything, because when you prompt from emotion first, the image starts serving the story instead of just performing beauty. The second area where Flora helped me was keyframe logic. For a piece like this, the keyframes are not just reference images. They are the visual backbone of the film. If the keyframes are weak, inconsistent, or underthought, the animation stage becomes damage control. So here's how I approach it. First, I lock the character or subject language. If there's a person, I lock face identity, age feel, hair, costume. If it's a product or branded world, I lock design language. And here's a bonus tip on how to use your assets in an organized and efficient way using Flora new feature, Elements. Select all your character assets. Right-click, choose Element. Name it, and hit Create Element. Do the same for your product, which is the bottle in my case. Now here's what's even more interesting. Grab your product element and your character element and create an image of both. And there you go. Second, I lock the environment and lighting, location feel, time of day, color mood, and atmosphere. Third, I build different angles deliberately, and the new Techniques feature in Flora helps a lot with this. I built a technique to create different angles from one environment image and one character image. Here's how it works. Select the technique from the list and add to Canvas. Connect the Your Environment image to Environment node and Character to Character node, and run it. I will add the link to the description so you can try it yourself. And there you go. 4 different angles with the character and same environment, preserving the lighting and colors. Front view medium shot. Close-up. Back view shot. Low angle. The biggest mistake I avoid now is using too many video platforms inside the same film. just because each one can produce a cool shot. That often destroys coherence. If one shot is animated with one engine, another with something else, and a third with another model entirely, the sequence can end up feeling mismatched, even when every shot looks strong on its own. The motion blur and sharpness behave differently. The texture reacts differently. The realism shifts. The color science shifts. The world no longer feels fully unified. So for a piece like this, I strongly prefer one main animation engine whenever possible. That doesn't mean you can never mix. It means mixing should be intentional, not random. Fauna is your creative agent inside Flora, and honestly, it's my favorite feature so far. You describe what you want to build, and everything gets generated directly on your canvas in real time. I'll do a deep dive in the next episode, but here's a taste of what it can do. I took 3 keyframes from my storyboard and asked Fauna to generate the in-between frames, creating transition logic between shots before I even touch the animation. Once the new frames are ready, Fauna suggests the next step. I chose Animate Sequence with Cling because Cling can take multiple reference images and build continuity across them. Here's one result. And here's a longer one.
Fauna is the closest thing to having a creative assistant that actually operates the tool for you. You describe what you want, it builds the workflow, picks the models, runs the generations, and organizes everything live on your canvas. If you're still building node by node manually, you have to try this. And tell me in the comments what you're struggling with, whether it's your workflow or any of the features that we covered today. All prompts and a breakdown are available on my Patreon. Link also is in the description. And of course, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.